Okay, so the Journey's End, a musical interpretation of Tolkien's landscape by Vanessa Simmons. So, context. Vanessa has studied music and worked as a piano teacher and a pianist for a full time. She's studied a bachelor's and master's degree in literature. In her practice, she offers arts awards through music workshops. Her students go on Inspire Days with Vanessa to galleries, forests, poetry readings, and they look at how these other art forms could influence their music. She likes the idea of notes being any colour from which we create a story, a narrative, and a feeling. Vanessa's suite of piano compositions are subtitled Landscapes for Piano because she's passionate about making something otherwise 2D, such as a landscape, poem, or painting, into something immersive in musical form. So, inspirations. So, this is Ted Naismith's Rivendell, so soak this in a moment. Vanessa was introduced to Ted by a friend at an Oxmoot meeting in 2009 in Morton in Marsh, Oxfordshire. His paintings stunned Vanessa, and she was immediately imagined a soundscape behind them. It was Ted's work that led Vanessa to reading Tolkien, so she actually found Tolkien through Ted's work. It's fantastic. Journey's End, the poem in particular. In western lands beneath the sun, the flowers may rise in spring. The trees may bud, the waters run, the merry finches sing. Or there may be 'tis cloudless night, and swaying branches bear the elven stars as jewels white amid their branching hair. Though here at Journey's End I lie, in darkness buried deep, beyond all towers strong and high, beyond all mountains steep. Above all shadows rides the sun, and stars forever dwell. I will not say the day is done, nor bid the stars farewell. So one of Tolkien's poems there called Journey's End. So, rhythm in nature. So we talk here about the cyclical world almost having a heartbeat. So this sense of a linear world that is built inside a cyclical feeling within nature itself, the natural world. Vanessa would like to say that nature has a character through this movement. Look at the representation of geology, ecosystems and bioregions, flora and fauna, seasons and the weather, and the sun, moon, planets and stars, which comes from Patrick Curry's Defending Middle-earth book from 1997. The realness of Middle-earth come from into our journey into this living ecology. We sense the landscape as we sense the emotion of a character. Do we walk in legends or on the green earth in the daylight? A man may do both, said Aragorn. For not we, but those who came after will make the legends of our time. The green earth, say you? That is a mighty matter of legend, though you tread it under the light of day. So coming from the Two Towers there, being the second part of the Lord of the Rings. Culture and landscape. So culture and landscape for the love of the earth. So here we're thinking specifically about the cultural habits of humanity have always made room for the sacredness of nature. So almost talking about the connection of humanity and nature. Vanessa believes we are asked to be a devoted steward to our earth, and what are we offered in return for this stewardship? Here's a quotation that she draws from The Return of the King. There, peeping among the cloud rack above a stark tall high up in the mountains, Sam saw a white star twinkle for a while. The beauty of it smote his heart as he looked up out of the forsaken land, and hope returned to him. For like a shaft, clear and cold, the thought pierced him that in the end the shadow was only a small and passing thing. There was light and high beauty forever beyond its reach. So, Vanessa's interpretation. I'm going to play you Vanessa's composition in a second as well, but she asks at this point, when you're listening to it, to think about waterfalls and streams, starry skies, horses cantering into the distance, and the changing character of the natural world. If you are interested in this as well, then Vanessa has sheet music and CDs available, which features this music. So thank you very much. I will share that email address again in a sec once we have listened to Vanessa's work.